the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, July 27th races at Hastings, and we do have 7 races on the program. Should be a good day.
Absolutely. Looks like the weather's turning in our favor again. Should be a nice sunny day.
You'll notice a little smaller fields this weekend, just due to the fact the BC Cup is coming up, and it tends to drain the horse population a bit. And some people, ended up getting in those BC bred races that are a little easier. So the higher claiming categories, generally don't go because of it. And because a horse 25,000 3-year-old is going to take a shot in the BC bred restricted race in a stakes. So,
that's exactly right. What you notice this week has a lot of maidens, a lot of 2-year-old maidens.
3.5, a lot of 5,000 and 4,000 dollar claiming, but it's pretty much the higher end horses will be running next weekend, and all the Hall of Fame races, as well as the that'll be on Saturday or on Sunday, and then on the Monday, the holiday Monday, we'll have piles of stakes action on BC Cup Day. Of course, I think it's the 21st or 20th edition. I think it started in 1995, and so 2014. 20 years.
Goes by quick, doesn't it?
It certainly does. All right. First race on the card on Sunday, field of 5, $16,000 claimers to go, 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 5, Casino Boss. This horse is definitely aggressively spotted, very competitive for 25 last time, but those 25s get a little tough at times. And Stratify and High Force, a couple of Dino Condolinos runners were 1-2, but he avoids those two, and this race kind of came up a little light, and I think Casino Boss is miles the best on paper, and I got to go to him to win it. I put the 4-horse Lorne 500 in for second. He is a horse that can, he's got the potential, he kind of was a little flat last time. I don't think he liked being on the inside. And
they've given him a month off.
Yeah, he's been freshened. He'd been freshened, and I just think he's a better horse than that race indicates. And if anyone can kind of step up their game and challenge Casino Boss, it's Lorne 500. So I think that's your next best horse if you're not going to play Casino Boss. And I put the 1-horse Michael's Glory in for third. A couple of on-the-board performances in his last couple. Doesn't have enough speed to get in play, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of speed in the race. So that's going to maybe play against him, but he's due to break through one of these days. I went 5, 4, and 1, but I do like Casino Boss. I
agree with the top pick. Casino Boss looks like the boss in here, dropping out of that tough 25, as you mentioned. Running against horses like Golden Triumph, Senior Rojo, Stratify. There's nobody like that in here. I think he'll have an easier time of it, and he does get leading rider Amadeo Perez in the tack. The second spot, I went to Deputy's Command. 2 good seconds.
This horse runs good, right? He's running good.
Yeah, he's kind of a little bit of a Rodney Dangerfield. Never gets much respect. He was 50-1 the time before, and then 10-1 last time, and ran second behind 2 good horses in Kai's Command and Bear Rock and Roll. Ryan Pacheco retains the mount for Bob Roman and Jim Morgan. So I put Deputy's Command in the second spot, and Lord 500, obviously another one that looks tough in this spot. I put him in the third spot. He has been off a little while. I was disappointed in that last run. I thought that he was the heavy favorite. I thought he could have ran a little bit better. That's why I put him in the third spot. I got 5, 2, 4 in the first. On the second, 3-year-olds and up maidens, 16,000. I've gone to the 2 dead set, dropping out of the $25,000 rate, claiming race. Moves from Bug Girl Corinne Andros to Scott Williams, who is in town to ride on Sundays, coming in to help our Jocks Colony on Sundays. Good to see Scott Williams back in Vancouver. Welcome back, Scott. I think he can get on the board right away for Pedro Alvarado and dead set. The second spot, I put Red Riverman. Another one just got beat for 12-5 by Cowboy Commander. Retains Amadeo Perez. Looks like he's obviously another major player in this race. And the third spot, I went with Van Overshot's SL Express. Only got beat 5 lengths behind Fire Beauty. It is a girl facing the boys. As I mentioned on yesterday's show, there is a lot of girls being pushed into races with the boys. As Mike mentioned, with BC Cup coming in, there's shorter fields, less opportunities to run. You want to run, you run against the boys. This is a good example. She's dropping up a maiden special weight where she only got beat 5 lengths by Fire Beauty and Bubbly on Ice. I think that makes her a player in here, so I got her in the third spot. I got 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, I've got the same 3, Drew. I like dead set. I think this horse will run well. I had to go some pretty fast fractions last time at a mile and a 16. Didn't totally collapse either. I thought he ran well. And prior to that, he was only beat a neck by Red River Man in a race that he had to do a lot of running in mid-pack, was in traffic. And I just think with the way the pace scenario is going to shape up, I think dead set's going to get things a little easier. And Red Riverman will likely be the favorite off of his runner-up effort last time, but he had every shot to win it. He couldn't go by Cowboy Commander, and they were not running in the stretch that race.
Yeah.
This horse had every shot to win it, and he couldn't win, and that disappointed me a little. Maybe, I don't know if he wants to go long. We'll see. But I like Dead Set over the Red Riverman, and I agree with your selection in third, the filly SL Express. On to the third race. I got some $4,000 non-winners at 3. We got actually back-to-back races of 4,000 non-3. We got one long and one short. You can get a whole lot signed on. I got 6 of them here, and I like Lord Harlow. Gets back out to a mile and a 16th, which is where he's at his best. He sprinted last time. Got claim. First start for Larry Potosny and Dave Dahl. I think this horse will move forward in this race just because of the distance change, not so much the barn change. This horse is live. I put the 1, La Factor Wow, in for second, and the 2, 1440, in for third. 1440 just finished wiring a field going up. Quite slow fractions, 25.50, but you're not going to get that with Matty the Bull. And even if he does get that, he's going to have Lord Harlow like right there. There's going to be some good horses to run him down. I went 3, 1, and 2.
I see the same way, Mike. Lord Harlow, he gets Amadeo Perez. He looks like the horse to beat in here. The Factor Wow, another, again, a filly running against the boys. But the races she's been running this year.
She's running well. Distance. She needs to go long.
She's another one that relishes the distance.
I know the non-3-4 didn't fill. Or even the non-4 4,000 didn't fill.
So she gets pushed in here. It goes to Ryan Pacheco, as I mentioned, a young rider doing very well here right now. A filly against the boys, but she definitely fits in here. And 1440, I agree with him in the third spot. I'm just worried about a horse who, as you mentioned, had pretty easy fractions, got his non-2, now going into a non-3. It's going to be a little bit tougher. That's why I got him in the third spot. 3, 1, and 2, I agree with Mike. In the third. On to the fourth, the short end of the 3-year-olds and up, 4,000 non-3. And I've gone to the 4, Captain Salt. Was running much higher all of his career. Dropped down to the maiden 5 level, 1, non-2, 4, he won. Non-3, 4, I kind of threw that race out. A disappointing race that day. I'll toss that one. He had about a month off, a little freshener under top conditioner Rob Gilker. Amadeo Perez sticks with him. I think Captain Salt is a horse to beat in here. If anybody is going to beat him, I don't mind the 2, Your Wish Is My Command, of the Charlene Miller barn. Another one that came out of the gates well this year and has been rattling through his conditions fairly well. He's going to be the speed of the speed in here. And he's going to take him a long way, see if he can take him all the way. I got him in the second spot. And the third spot, I went to the 5, Royal Victor. Just got beat a neck in this condition by Joint Choice. Then he tried the claiming series, the claiming 8 allowance series. That was a little bit too tough for him. Now he drops back into the non-3, so I don't mind him in here. I got 4, 3, and 5.
Yeah, like a lot of our picks today, they're identical. I agree with Captain Salt. He's likely going to get a great trip sitting behind the 3, Your Wish Is My Command, and the 5, Royal Victor, who look like they're likely going to hook up. I'm not saying they're going to go 21 and 4, but no one's going to get an easy lead. And as long as no one gets an easy lead, then Captain Salt should be very dangerous sitting in the pocket under Amadeo Perez. I agree with your 3-horse, Your Wish Is My Command. Only poor race this year was on a sloppy track, so hopefully the track is in fine fettle when this horse runs. Good runner-up effort to a streaking fast stop out of the Anita Bolton barn. So it was ran into a good one that day, and that's why he ran second. But he's live in here as well, and I agree with Royal Victor. Looks to be the third best. I went 4, 3, and 5. On to the 5th race. Got some $4,000 on 2 claimers going 6.5 furlongs, and number 5, Leo's in the House, is taking a significant drop in class out of the 16,000 non-2, non-3s into this far easier spot. Looks like the play here. It's time to move this one on. Leo doesn't look like he's going to be in the Troy Taylor House perhaps after this race, and certainly a horse that they want to move on, make room for babies and stuff. And but this horse has got to win here. Put the 1-horse Sterling Remark in for second. Good runner-up effort to Contact Man after disputing the pace. He's live. If Leo's in the House isn't at his best, then I think the 1 Sterling Remark will be the horse that might win it. And I think the 8 Oscar Awards kind of rounding into form after missing the entire 2013 season. It's taken him 3 starts, but he got rolling pretty good in his last, and he was just only a half length behind Sterling Remark in his latest, but still at least he's showing an improving trend and an improving form and good numbers. I went 5, 1, and 8.
I see it pretty much the same way. Mike Leo's in the House, taking the big drop. He's the horse to beat in here. I like Sterling Remark out of the Craig McPherson barn. Balgobin sticks with him. Good second, as you mentioned, to Contact Man. In the third spot, I went with Ride the Sky out of the Mike Anderson barn. Ran him for 16 and 8 this year, moves him down to the 4 non-2 level. He could have taken this plunge earlier. He hasn't been running well, But Mike does a top job, and I'm expecting one of these days this horse to wake up a little bit for Wheeled and Thoroughbreds. And over the last 2 years, Scott Williams and Mike click at a 21% rate. So a little something to look at there. I went 5, 1, and 7 in the 5th. On the 6th, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 8,000, going a mile and an eighth. Nice distance. I like those mile and an eighth races, bit of a specialty race. I went to the 1 here, Talkett's Charm. As I just mentioned, Scott Williams in town. Got a 71 buyer last time and got up. Wasn't crazy fast fractions either. They went in 24 and 2, 48 and 2, and still made a nice move down the lane and got up to win under Richard Hamill over a very good Super Steve. So I like Talkett's Charm in here. The second spot I went with Hockley, Dr. Ken Walters Hockley. Another one that wants to go long. His best races are long. Just got beat in neck by Iskar last year for 20 going long. He won this year for 8. He tried that Claiming Series too. Then the Claiming Series, when you see that on the form, those weren't soft races.
No, they're like 20 claimers or 16 claimers. They
exactly. So to come back into 8, it is a bit of a drop out of there. And he gets leading rider Amadeo Perez. And in the third spot, I went with Gamby. Not sure if there's going to be enough. Gamby's a horse who needs some pace to run at, and as does Talkett's Charm. But Talkett's Charm seems to have a little bit better kick. Amadeo Perez probably had his pick between Hockley and Gamby, and maybe even Talkett's Charm, and he went with Hockley. So I put Gamby in the third spot with George Espatia, our good friend, coming in to ride from Northlands along with Scott Williams. Definitely the old class horse in the race. He's earned 200,000, but just not sure. I'm crazy about the way he's going right now, so I put him in the third spot. I got 1, 4, and 2.
Yeah, I went to the 2 Gamby. I think he's the best horse in the race. Yeah. He's getting out of a tough bear rock.
I could see that for
races, sure. And you know, getting eligible for any marathon races, maybe down for 8,000. It's, you know, he isn't not like he's been lighting it up for 16. So I mean, this is the logical play. He's a 7-time winner. I don't think he has to be all that far out of it either. I think he can lay closer to the pace. George Espatia, as you mentioned, great to see Georgie back in town. The 3-horse Tamarack Smarty, I'm going to give a shot to. I like this horse. There is going to be a bit of speed in here. I think Hockley's going to be part of the pace. I think CC's Diamond, and it's not going to be a wild pace, but I think the mile and an eighth will help Tamarack Smarty, and I agree with the 1, Talkett's Charm. I mean, I think you need a few horses. There's no single in here. No. This is one of the tougher races on the program, even though there's only a six-pack in here. But I went 2, 3, and 1. On the 7th race, closing it out on the Sunday program, Maiden 5 Granders going a mile and a 16th. That landed on the obvious choice, number 2, Promise Glory. Back-to-back runner-up efforts. Couldn't beat Bluegrass Man or Boots Gray in his last couple, but looks like he's going to get a good pace to run at. You got Fashionista, you got the 4 Devon Way. There's going to be a pace. Holy Shrew and Whaley's Command on the outside are both been showing speed. So I just think Promise Glory can't avoid victory here.
Yeah, his numbers tower.
Because these maidens aren't the most reliable. No. And Amadeo certainly will help, but I think this horse will be held back
into a win.
Yeah, that's right. I went Promise Glory over the 1 Fashionista, who's dropping in class. I just wish there was a little less speed for this son of old fashioned, but if he can get reasonable fractions, he can win it. He's good enough. Yeah. And I put the 4-horse Devon Way in for third. Scott Williams a ride. And, it's easier company. It's the only thing I'm taking him just to beat everyone else, just because of the class drop. He's been running for 2 bits and 12.5, and pace casualty, chasing fast paces. Maybe the stretch out, easier company, and slower fractions might get him a bigger chunk of the purse. But I went 2, 1, and 4.
I agree. Promise Glory, leading rider Amadeo Perez for Dave Forster in here. Looks like he can't really help it when it is. You mentioned the only thing that could hurt him in here is a pace scenario, but it looks like there will be enough of a pace to run at. Even last time, they went in 24 and 48, and he still got up, just couldn't quite catch Boots Gray. If it's anything quicker than that, I think he's your winner for sure. Fashionista, as you mentioned, the son of Old Fashioned. Of the speed in here, he is the classiest, and wouldn't be surprised to see him take him a long way. And third spot, Devon Way, obviously a horse as a 2-year-old was running very good, just getting beat a neck by Off the Top and some very nice horses. Hasn't been able to translate that into a 3-year-old year, but has never faced $5,000 maidens, so I definitely give him a shot in here too. I'm the same as Mike. I went 2, 1, and 4 in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday card. Up next on screen will be our picks. Mike, as always, is up first.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 5-horse Casino Boss, probably the heavy favorite, but
Yep.
I still like this horse to win it. I went 5, 4, and 1. Race number 2, I went to the 2 dead set, but it is 2 and 3. I think you need them both. I went 2, 3, and 5 if you're playing any pick 3s or pick 4s. Race number 3, I went to the 3 Lord Harlow. I think he could be a single. I think he's in a perfect spot, and I like to switch to Amadeo Perez. 3, 1, 2 for me. In the 4th race, went to the 4 Captain Salt. I went 4, 3, and 5. In the 5th race, number 5, Leo's in the house, taking that big drop in class, 5, 1, and 8. And in the 6th race, went to the 2 Ganby, another class dropper, 2, 3, 1. And the 7th and final race, I went to the 2 Promise Glory, 2, 1, and 4.
On to my picks, which look a lot like Mike's picks on this day.
Yeah, a lot of similar bingo balls up there.
The first race, I went to the 5 Casino Boss, like Mike, your heavy favorite, but he's going to be a favorite for a reason, over the 2 and the 4. In the second, number 2, Dead Set, over the 3 and the 5. In the third, number 3, Lord Harlow, over the 1 and the 2. In the fourth, number 4, Captain Salt, over the 3 and the 5. In the fifth, number 5, look at that, Leo's in the house, over the 1 and the 7. In the sixth, I disagree with Mike. I went to the 1, Talk Its Charm, over the 4 and the 2. And the nightclap, I'm back with Mike on number 2, Promise Glory, over the 1 and the 4. And of course, you can pick up our picks at any beer stand at Hastings.
Yes, the little nice big long sheet you can fold up. It's got the picks on it. It's got the overnight on the back. It's got a 2-for-1 coupon to the Derby Bar and Grill here. So
and
lots
it's
of
free.
value. And the price is right. You get a lot of value for free, and that's always good. But please do check it out. Our selections will be on there, as well as lots of other good little items on that little sheet of paper that you can pick up on the tarmac down there at the beer stands, and hopefully it's nice out and people will be out on the tarmac instead of huddling under like they have been the last couple of days.
Yeah, exactly. But, I think it's getting nice.
Yeah, but well, a quick reminder that our next live card will be Sunday, August the 3rd. We don't race Saturday. We race on Sunday, August the 3rd,
BC Cup
and then
weekend,
holiday Monday, August the 4th. 10 races will be on tap, I believe. It'll be 7 on Sunday, and then 10 races
Saturday.
on BC
Monday,
Cup Day,
sorry, yeah.
the holiday Monday. So just a little tweak to the schedule. No Saturday, August 2nd racing. So we go on the 3rd and the 4th. All right, that'll do it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully, wish you guys lots of luck on the weekend. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Morning line, the guy's got him figured as 5 to 9.